Okay, I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Torrington Board of Education at 5:33 p.m. If everyone could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. It's located above the door you walked in. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Ellen, for your final time, if you could call the roll.
Sure. Mr. Berger.
Here.
Ms. Conway. Here. Mr. Corey.
Here.
Mr. Cronin is excused. Mr. Predis.
Here.
Mr. Ucalito is excused. Ms. Hona here. Mr. Kisco. Mr. Knight. Mr. Putnam.
Here.
Mayor Carbona, representative. Dr. Baker. Ms. Ferguson. Here. Ms. Labby. Mr. Pergola. Here. Ms. Schulte. Here. Ms. Vians. Here. Mr. Wilson.
Here.
All set.
Thank you. We have approval of the agenda with just, I would ask for one change. It's come to my attention that many of the students who are being either recognized or giving the student report this evening have to be at NHS down the hall. So I would ask the board to move those just ahead of the community service public participation portion. And otherwise, I would ask for an approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Is the second? Okay, moved and seconded with that amendment. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's our agenda, so we'll go right to recognitions. Take it away, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you. We have several students that we'd like to recognize tonight. So Aaron Sullivan will be doing the honors for the high school, and I know Andrew is here as well. So if Andrew wants to come up as well, that would be wonderful.
Students applied this year. Students who are eligible have a high GPA and SAT score, have taken AP and honors level courses, engage in deeper learning, and can be a first-generation college student. Only 25% of
You want to sit? Okay. So at Vogel, we have had the honor of working with Delisi since kindergarten. She is sweet and kind. She follows the rules and makes sure to be safe, respectful, and responsible at all times. She has learned so much throughout the years. We are so proud to see her blossom socially and academically. She is a great student and a wonderful friend. When she arrived, she did not speak English, and to see her now as a fully bilingual student is so rewarding to us here at Vogel, and especially to your multilingual teachers. Keep up the great work, Delisi. Take a picture.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to recognize an outstanding Fast Academy student, Corey Burdick. Corey couldn't make it tonight because he recently became our first student at Fast Academy to secure employment and begin our work experience program, and he didn't want to miss it's his second night of training tonight. So his family and both Corey and his family send their regrets. This is a significant milestone for both Corey and our program. Corey embodies perseverance, responsibility, and personal growth. He has maintained strong grades, approaches his coursework with maturity, and he was the first student to complete one of his online courses. Within Fast Academy, Corey continues to set the standard. His excellent behavior, consistency, and leadership has earned him the highest level in our points and level system, which is considered off-point sheet, which is an achievement that's reached by very few students. So we're proud to have Corey in our school community, and even prouder to recognize Corey tonight. Thank you.
Torringford is so proud and honored to recognize Isaac Garcia. Isaac Garcia is one of the students in Miss Lou's class, and there is a whole team of people who support Isaac in our school, and he's made such growth and progress. So I brought Miss Goodwin and Miss Lou with me to share a little bit about Isaac.
Thank you. Torringford School is honored to recognize Isaac Garcia for his tremendous growth this year. He has made remarkable academic progress, building his reading skills, writing words with increasing independence, and solving addition and subtraction problems with confidence. He has worked hard on real-world skills such as understanding money and telling time, and he applies these skills in meaningful ways throughout the school day. What stands out most, however, is his growth socially. Isaac has become a more independent and active member of our school community. He navigates his day on his own and greets staff with a cheerful good morning, and he engages positively with his peers. One of his favorite roles is helping run our Friday snack carts, where he sells snacks and drinks to staff, and he takes great pride in this job. We are incredibly proud of his progress, his confidence, and the wonderful person he's becoming. Congratulations, Isaac.
Mr. Wilson? We actually, our other Trustbridge scholars here, if you want to grab a picture. I would love and fittingly, she actually was coming from Winston, where she is taking an additional course right now. So that's why she was running late.
Okay, congratulations, everyone recognized. And I will just say that if Isaac wants to come run the snack cart at my job, we could sure use one. We next will hear from our student representatives who are there this time. Okay, we changed it up. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Samir Granadioro.
And I'm Xavier Vega.
And first thing we'll talk about our Raider Spirit Week. So Spirit Week brought strong participation and Raider pride all across our campus. We had Pink Out Monday, Twin Day Tuesday, and Pajama Day Wednesday, which then led into our class color day and a high energy pep rally in our new gymnasium. The week concluded with a homecoming victory over Oxford, with us winning 40-20, and our City of the Stars homecoming dance, highlighting exceptional student engagement and school spirit.
Next, our science Club members created the Haley Foreign Memorial Garden using plants from last year's spring native plant sale. The garden serves as a lasting tribute and a demonstration of students' commitment to environmental stewardship. Club members will maintain the space throughout the year.
For our staff and student recognition, our band and orchestra director, Wayne Splitstozer, was nominated as a CMA Foundation Music Teacher of Excellence, continuing his long record of distinction in music education. Our PE teacher and boys assistant soccer coach, Mr. Anderson, was named NVL Assistant Coach of the Year for his leadership and positive impact on student athletes. On November 3rd, senior Brendan Cascola competed in state opens for cross country. This is the first male athlete to compete in opens since 2001.
THS Theater Arts presented The Comedy of Errors, a hip-hop adaptation of Shakespeare's The Comedy of Errors, on November 13th, 14th, and 15th. The show showcased student creativity and the strength of the district's performing arts program.
The third annual THS Harvest Festival welcomed more than 60 vendors and hundreds of families for a successful day of fundraising and community engagement. Hosted by the International Travel Club, the event raised significant support for upcoming student trips and providing fundraising opportunities for numerous school clubs. Visitors consistently praised students' professionalism and enthusiasm.
On November 11th, the JROTC presented a meaningful Veterans Day ceremony for students and staffs, honoring the service of current and former members of the U.S. Armed Forces. Their presentation reflected respect, preparation, and leadership.
The science department continues providing rigorous hands-on instruction across courses. Some of those highlights include our integrated science, which is currently focused on force and motion investigations through collision and basketball labs, our astrophysics, which is currently focused on applying Kepler's laws through simulations and modeling, UConn ECE Biotechnology, which is currently focused on bacterial DNA transformation and molecular anthropology case studies. Our ECE Biology 1107, currently focused on advanced genetic techniques, including PCR and gel electrophoresis. ECE Biology 1108, which is currently focused on taxonomy projects using documentaries, games, and infographics. And lastly, ECE Geology, which is currently focused on classification and formation of igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks.
Lastly, the English department is also focused on rigorous hands-on instructions, beginning with American literature students who are creating multimedia character analysis videos to deepen their understanding of narrative structure. The Radar Report has also been actively producing new content and were able to participate in a learning experience at Columbia University. Students were also able to meet recently with THS alumni Glenn Kittle, who is now a Fox 61 sports journalist, to discuss careers in media. And lastly, the THS yearbook finalized its cover and theme. This year, the class book will be The Radar Revival and will celebrate the spirit of the new campus.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both. So we'll now get back in order with the school community service and public participation. Yeah. There's no one signed up. Before I go further with it, I also should say, as I usually do, that nobody who came for recognitions or to give the student report should feel obligated to stay, but of course you are all most welcome. Is there anyone here who would care to address the board, as there's nobody on the sign-up sheet? Anyone at all? Okay, then we'll move right along to our first report from the superintendent. Mr. Wilson, she's all yours.
Good evening. As the board is aware, we had our full-day PD back on November 4th. It went very well. A special thanks to Assistant Superintendent Ferguson and the entire team at the OTL. They did a wonderful job organizing and planning this day for meaningful learning. Mrs. Ferguson, myself, and the entire admin team went around to see all of the wonderful new learning that was taking place. And it was a great day for everyone, and we are excited to see that new learning taking place when we visit our school. So very, very great day of PD. I've continued to attend various sporting events in the fall, and I'm very proud to say that our student athletes continue to amaze both on and off the field. And while it's a little sad, most people don't realize that for our seniors, this was their last fall run, and some of them have come to a close or will be coming to a close. So we wish our seniors well, and we will miss them both on the field and obviously in the classroom. My entire central office team went around to each of the buildings to to experience the Veterans Day ceremonies, and each of the schools did an amazing job recognizing and honoring our veterans. I think that we don't do that enough, where we get an opportunity to thank our veterans, and our schools and our students really made our veterans feel very, very special. So I know that I had a wonderful time, and I can 100% speak from my cabinet who's up here this evening. They all shared with me how wonderful it was. And I know I was sitting with Board Member Conway and Mr. Kisco and Mr. Knight at Torrington, and we had a wonderful time there as well. The songs and the students were great. And next week, we have Thanksgiving coming up, and on behalf of the entire central office team, I just wanted to wish the board and everyone in the community a wonderful and very happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions, remarks for the superintendent?
Ed, excuse me. Sorry,
Oh, yes.
I sent you an email this afternoon to be read into public comment. Michael has a copy, I think, on his, he should have one too if you don't have access to it.
Okay. Well, while he fishes that out, I think what I can do is read that into the record near the end of the meeting, just because I don't have it immediately in front of me. I did see it, and I apologize for not.
I forgot about it, and Marissa just reminded. So,
Great,
yeah, if you could read it at the end, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yes, I most certainly will.
Okay.
Anyone else have anything for the superintendent? No. I appreciate your Thanksgiving message, as I have yet to buy a turkey, and it reminds me that I need to. We next have the Human Resources report. Take it away, Kim.
Okay, so you have my report in front of you. You can see that we do have some vacancies. We are actively working with the schools and with the departments to fill the vacancies that we have. So I think even in the last few days, we've filled the cafeteria positions, and we are working on the administrator positions. So I have every confidence we're going to fill those very quickly. I'm excited that we actually have a significant candidate pool for all of these opportunities. So our sub rates continue to be excellent. So you can see that our teachers, we were at 92.8% for October. And for comparison, in October last year, we were at 78%. So that is a significant improvement. And we are seeing that growth from our pool from ESS. So we're very happy about that. Para-educators, same thing, we're at 72%. And last year we were at 42% at this time. And that was, year-to-date was also 78 and 42. So we were right in that general vicinity. So we are really seeing significant movement on both sides. Our absences continue to trend downward. So the 7.2 for the teachers is just a little bit less than what we saw last year. And the paras at 9.5 is a whole percentage point better than where we were at this time last year. So we're seeing good movement on both sides. On the second page, you can see the standard turnover and the absence monthly percent to totals. And I'm happy to answer any questions about anything.
I just have one, and
Sure.
This might be kind of dumb, but when I'm looking at your vacancies list, I see support staff, which is a little bit nebulous. What roles are in that category?
Sure. So sometimes when we have those, as you say, nebulous ones. So these two positions are actually an IT position and the athletic trainer. And the athletic trainer we've had open since the beginning of the year. We've struggled to fill it, but we have a solution that we're using through UConn that Mr. McKenna has found. So we're meeting the needs of the students, but we haven't been able to find our own athletic trainer. It's a tough position to fill.
Great. Anyone else have anything? Okay, thank you. I will say, to be at 91.6% substitute fill rate for teachers is just tremendous. So the paraeducator rate's great too, but to be filling 9 out of 10 teacher absences with the substitute instead of pulling a teacher out of their prep period to cover a class or something is really just, it's good for everybody. It's good for the district, good for the teacher, the student. So, you know, everyone who's working on that is to be commended. That's a great outcome.
Thank you for that. I will relay it. Additionally, Mr. Corey, I did start to do some of the research that you had asked for on workers' comp, so I have some kind of preliminary anecdotal data to share, but, you know, I'll certainly be able to provide more detail if needed. But our average over the last 3 years is anywhere from 75 to 100 total claims per year, and that could be anything from a scratch or, you know, something more significant. Of those 75 to 100 injuries, about 40% have something to do with students. It may or may not be, you know, a difficult injury. An average of those 75 to 100 over the last 3 years, an average of 3 per year resulted in any lost time. So the injuries that occurred, even of those 40% that were student related, didn't result largely in any lost work time. So.
So the bulk of the claims would be something like, you know, they go to the walk-in at the end of the workday just to make sure and all's well, and they come to work the next day.
Correct.
Okay, great. That's really helpful. I appreciate it. Anyone have any questions with that included in the report? Okay, great. Thank you. It's always in the same order, but one day you people are going to trip me up, so I'm going to look anyway. So we'll hear the special education report from Dr. Baker.
Good evening. Thank you. The Special Education Department's been working diligently across all of our schools to ensure the success of every student. Our team remains committed to providing the high-quality instruction, strong supports, and our inclusive practices that uphold the excellence we expect from all of our Torrington students. And we are seeing stable and consistent student numbers at this time, as you can tell from the numbers in my report. Currently, you can see that we were down by 2 overall in the district in terms of outplacement. Our in-district K-12 numbers are exactly where we were last month. Our prevalence rate has remained exactly at the same percentage point, 16.8%. Our in-district pre-K has gone up by 2 students. Our in-district age 18 to 22 students is exactly the same at 11. Our continued outplacement for our 18 to 22-year-old students is down by 1 student. Our current outplaced by PPT K-12 is up by 1 student. Agency placed by DCF and court has remained the same at 5. Our magnet, parent choice, and our VOAG schools is down by 4 students. And lastly, in the regular education totals, our 504 plans for our students in district is up by 14 students.
Fabulous. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or remarks? Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. We have next the Office of Teaching and Learning. Ms. Ferguson.
Yes, hi everybody, good evening. I'm excited to be able to share with you some of the highlights from the election day of, professional learning that the Office of Teaching and Learning was able to host. And before, I'd just like to give you a little summary of the highlights, but I'd first like to just give a very public shout out to the women in the OTL, because due to some staffing issues for many weeks, they've been pitching in to provide coverage, so kind of pulling double duty, yet still able to produce and execute this amazing day for our staff. So thank you all so much. We had a wonderful day. The feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. We had something for everyone. Our only regret, honestly, is not having any more time in this business. It's a little bit bizarre, but there's so much to learn and so much to do and just not enough time to do it all. So the design of the day, we had full day sessions, and we also had morning and afternoon sessions. So our full day sessions consisted of curriculum writing. So our teachers in art, music, phys ed, CTE, and EL participated at the middle and high school in some curriculum writing. We had teachers of mathematics in K through 8 participate in math training with folks that actually came out from illustrative mathematics, which is our new program, our new resource. That training revolved around lesson pacing, optimizing assessment, supporting fact fluency, enhancing mathematics for linguistically diverse students, understanding by design, which is kind of a backwards model, building thinking classrooms, which is about actively engaging all kids. So that was a little bit about the full day sessions. Our morning sessions, we had a largely attended session for everybody who wasn't directly involved in teaching of mathematics, about productive struggle in the classroom and how important it is to engage students in that productive struggle to really build their perseverance and that whole notion of grit. In the afternoon, we had learning-based play for our specialists at our lower grades, so art, music, and phys ed. We had chemical hygiene training for 9 through 12 science. We had more curriculum writing. We had literacy intervention, a special session for our media specialists. Pre-K through grade 12, our special education teachers participated in something called Goal Book and assistive technology. We met with our PDEC just by happenstance, honestly. I'd love to say it was by design, but it just kind of happened that way. Days after the PD, and we got really positive feedback from PDEC. And, you know, shout out to PDEC also for helping us to plan these days. But one of the things we can always count on PDEC for is their honesty. So I was very delighted to know that, honestly, the feedback from the staff was largely positive. People were very excited about the productive struggle, about the high-quality instruction. You know, some of the key takeaways were that, you know, if we engage students in high-quality tasks, provide appropriate scaffolds, and a supportive climate, it's going to result in deep learning for everyone. So very excited about the day. Again, just wish that we had more days to do it.
Great, thank you. Anyone have any questions, comments? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Ferguson. We have food service report. Ms. Gagnon.
Good evening. Going with the Thanksgiving theme, students around the district today enjoyed Thanksgiving dinner in their cafeterias. I believe Fast Academy is coming up soon. Every other school had it today, and they did an amazing job. I have pictures of plates from all the managers, and they just really gave the students a great variety of Thanksgiving dinner today. I'm also happy to report that our numbers are just on an upward trend. We are up 8.5% for breakfast participation, which is huge. 2% for lunch. And as Kim was saying, we are fully staffed. One position was somebody who had just found different employment, and another was a new position. So both of those have been filled. And even better news that they have released, we will be receiving more federal funding for local foods. So we can continue to keep the local foods on the trays and local beef and keep going in that trend.
Fabulous, thank you. Does anyone have any questions or remarks? I'm really excited to hear that the number's going up. So thank you for all of your hard work, and please thank the team as well on our behalf.
I will, thank you.
We have liaison reports. They are in the packet and in board members' email inboxes. So barring any objection, we will waive the thorough review of them here. Although if there are liaisons, principals, John, who would like to add anything to the report they sent, now would be the time. Great. Okay, then we next have the monthly financials, which are buried somewhere in this packet. But Donna, do you want to tell us a little bit about them while I look for them?
Sure. Good evening, everybody. So everybody received the packet for the budget as of October 31st, 2025. And we're in good shape. At the budget committee meeting, we did go over some lines that were under, some that were over, but there was enough to compensate to be in the black. So we're happy there. We're about a little over a third with the fiscal year through our school year, and we're about a third through our budget. So we are in good standing. And basically, that's where we're at with the budget. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask me.
Great. Any questions from members of the board? Okay. I do have just one quick one. Looking just at the cover sheet of the report, the building use revenue, the number is the same. So are we finding difficulty in getting people to pay these bills, or what's going on there?
We have one outstanding bill, but we have a payment plan set up for them. But we do have another fee that came in that was about $1,200 that isn't represented here, but will be in the next cover sheet.
Okay, great. So this 1357 is, it's one bill and the party has paid.
Correct.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's all I got. No one else had anything, so I think you're off the hook there. But I will hear a motion to approve the monthly financials. Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, those are approved, and we have next Mr. Kisko with the School Improvement Committee.
We met at the beginning of the month, and we had parent input in the public participation part of that meeting, but equally, perhaps more excitingly, one of our intermediate school students came and read a report she had written advocating for more social studies classes in the lower and intermediate grades, something I can really get behind. So that'll be on the SIC agenda coming up fairly soon. For the meeting on, not next week, but the way the weeks run, the week after, I think the 3rd of December, we have the intermediate school report, a community partner report, perhaps, that's not sure. More discussion about the Board of Ed self-evaluation forms, which I'm hoping to get more of sometime within the next week or week and a half. And we will begin a preliminary discussion of the phys ed program so as to perhaps help with the overall evaluations and figure out what's going on there and maybe start the discussion about what can make it better. Questions? No questions.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. As somebody who took a summer vacation to the Gettysburg National Battlefield instead of somewhere more exciting, I too would be thrilled to see more social studies options for our students. So I'm glad that the committee will take that up. Policy Committee, Mr. Eucalito is excused this evening. If there are members of the Policy Committee who want to discuss the one that we have on our agenda, feel free, otherwise we can just discuss it then.
We can discuss it then. I chair.
Excellent. Facilities and Technology, Mr. Berger.
Busy meeting last week. I'm just going to go down our agenda here. TMS roof update. Those bid results came in a month or so ago. We were over budget. We had a rather lengthy call today with the state of Connecticut and Gale Associates. And basically, there's a few steps we got to do. Right now, they're redoing the bid packet to meet some new requirements within the bid specifications, redoing the AIA documentation. Since we were over budget, there's a step we need to go to the city and get more funds appropriated to get that approved. And then from there, once that is approved, Donna can do her magic with the grant and get some additional grant money. Once those two steps are in place to get it increased, then we can put it back out to bid. And if I might have missed the end of that call today, I really had to get out to get here. But if there's anything else you'd like to add on that when I'm done, that'd be great. Solar update, we got an update from, I missed half of that too because I was late to that meeting, but we talked about solar. I think we're still in discussion on that, correct? Yes. So we didn't move anything to the full board on that. We're still reviewing the solar proposal. Project updates, Dean and his team are doing a great job picking away at a lot of the little things to do around the school and planning some of the larger projects. Fast Academy signage, that is an action item for tonight, so we could talk about that then. And the Siemens BMS contract, we reviewed that. They're doing a very good job, and the building is more efficient, cleaner, and I believe they updated some equipment that we approved that's going to go through. That's from the facility side, and from the technology side, Rachel and her team are always doing a great job as usual. And our social media updates and tech updates, everything's running smooth. So if either of you guys would like to add anything that I forgot or left out? No? Anybody have any questions? And that would be it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have Budget Committee. Ellen?
Monthly financials, we just went over. We discussed the student activity accounts and the PTO accounts, more to come on that. Budget timeline, you'll see that in the packet tonight also, and we had an update on the audit, and it was wonderful. Right, Donna?
Is that true? Sure.
We had good results, and it was a big team effort. Just want to thank all of central office finance, the whole central office team, not only finance, but they really were able to deliver every single thing that the auditors requested, and I'm happy to say it's completed. So thank you.
Excellent, thank you. And I don't know if it got picked up by the microphone, but Ellen says no findings, which for an audit is very good. Findings are bad, no findings, good. So thank you, and thank your team as well for all the work. Okay, Building Committee, do you want to do, all right, an update was texted to me, but it would probably be better if you were to.
Unless you'd like to read. So this was from Mario and Ed, I believe. So the inside work is continuing on the punch list items, balancing of the HVAC units where needed, and other miscellaneous items are still being worked on. H-wing has been completed for a few weeks or so, but a decision has been made to leave it vacant for the most part until December 1st. O&G is taking advantage of this downtime for the next 10 days or so by completing the punch list items and repairs in the H-wing on a first shift basis, and the occasional Saturdays still needed. The auto shop is complete. There will be a future meeting to discuss the placement of the lift, which the staff finds unsatisfactory. That should occur next week, hopefully. Even still, the room is available for use. Outside, the varsity baseball diamond and multi-purpose field is ready for turf. We expect them to arrive on Friday, originally scheduled for today, but they were delayed on another project. Rough grading and cleaning up of the softball diamond is underway and is largely dependent upon the weather at this point. The goal would be able to get that completely finished without the turf and the fence, which can be done pretty rapidly in the spring with minimal impact on the softball season. Fencing continues all around the complex, including the underside of the bleachers and some gates. The Thanksgiving football game being next week. The masonry brick entrance with the concrete T between the piers will all be done by then. Fencing will be moved to allow for a large area for people to gather, and there shouldn't be any issues. The parking lot around the H building that connects to the loading dock area has been paved and has been lined. And that is the building committee project that was sent.
Any questions, comments? Great, thank you. Okay, we'll go through the minutes quickly. So I would hear a motion to approve the Board of Education's regular meeting minutes from October the 22nd.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion, amendments to the minutes, corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, those are approved. I will hear a motion to approve the Board of Education special meeting minutes on the following days. We have October 9th, October 13th, October 20th, three of them on the 20th, October 21st, and November 3rd. We really see each other a lot. Is there such a motion? Is there a second? Okay. Is there any discussion, amendment, correction? Okay, so if whoever was the maker and seconder of the motion would take the 1013 off of the motion until we can put them in the packet next month. Okay, great, everybody's okay with that. Any additional corrections, minutes, to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye, any opposed? Okay, so that amended motion carries, and we will do the October 13th minutes at our next meeting. Thank you, John, for catching that. I am not the most thorough minute reviewer, so I appreciate it. We next have the subcommittee meeting minutes for, I'll hear this as one motion, as long as there's no objection, for facilities and technology on October 8th, and budget on October 8th, and school improvement on October 1st, and policy on September 3rd. Is there such a motion? Is there a second? Any discussion, corrections, amendments? Is that your hand going up, Jeff? No, okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, those are approved. I will hear a motion to receive the consent agenda of appointments, retirements, and resignations. Is there a second? Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That carries. Sorry, I'm flipping through so I can be where I need to be for the next couple of things. Because we next will hear about the signage at Fast Academy. Who wants to tell us about the sign at Fast Academy? Anyone? Okay.
So we had a couple of options with the sign, and for Fast Academy, I believe it's in the packet, and our facilities meeting the other night decided to go with the traditional, I guess I can say, the non-colored chrome-looking letters.
Okay. And that's very similar to what's been on the building before when it was Forbes, yeah?
Yeah, and all the buildings are pretty much similar when it comes to that. Yep.
Okay, great. Any questions, complaints?
So long as the font is the same, correct? Okay. Keep the font.
Brand identity is important. That's what people tell me. Any other questions or discussion? Thank you. I will hear a motion then to approve the proposed signage for Fast Academy.
So moved.
Is there a second? Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so that one is approved.
Oh, my eyes are.
We next have policy number 4005, the family and medical leave of absence policy. I assume this is due to a change in the law. Kim, you want to tell us about that?
Yes, so we reviewed updates to the family medical leave policy that were from Shipman's model policy as a result of new legislation that was effective October 1st of 2025. The Connecticut FMLA regulations previously did not apply to boards of education, but as of October 1st, 2025, there are some components of Connecticut FMLA that apply to some of our employees. So this policy reflects those changes and how we implement those as a district.
Great, thank you. Any questions, discussion? Hearing none, I will hear a motion to approve the policy. I forgot the number. Was it 4005? It was. Policy number 4005 is presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that policy is adopted. Just before we get there, we have G 4 and 5, which are locker usage. I've just been informed by the superintendent that Mr. Pinney, who is going to handle that discussion and presentation for us, is currently dealing with a student-related emergency and is therefore unavailable to us. So it may be the board's pleasure to discuss that item, but just I wanted you all to know that he will be unable to provide his perspective. But first, we do have the budget 26-27 timeline. It's written as 26-26, but we all know what we mean.
I have one amendment to that, and it would be to just remove the December 10th date from that timeline. Everything else should be fine.
Okay, cross out, that was a special board meeting for capital review. You want to?
Correct.
Okay. Do we have an anticipated date when the board might be able to review that?
It's on, I believe, January 14th would be the regular.
Okay, all right, so we just won't do a special meeting for it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, anyone else have thoughts on this? Or if not, I would hear a motion to adopt this budget timeline with the amendment that the December 10th special meeting be removed. Is there a second? Anyone? Second. Thank you. Any further discussion?
I have a question.
Yes.
When will we see it? Will it be presented to us ahead of that time?
Sue, I think your microphone's on.
Sorry about that.
Are you referring to the capital plan?
Yes.
Yes, you will see it before that date.
Okay.
Most likely the Friday before that regular meeting in the regular packet.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. And I know it'll be a draft and not adopted by the board, but because we're not going to review it in public at a meeting, I think it may be helpful to post it for review, the public's review on the website as well before it comes before the board. Just so if we're seeing it virtually, I feel like everybody else can, if we're not going to discuss it in advance, Okay. Any further discussion on the question before us? There is a motion on the table. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so that timeline is adopted with the caveat, of course, that the board can change it as it needs to, and it almost always does. Okay, so like we discussed, these two agenda items we're looking to push off if possible, just due to this unfortunate emergency, unless someone considers it so pressing that we should move ahead without Mr. Pinney. Okay. Were you going to add something? Oh, well, I'll read that for comments for the good of the order. Was someone going to say something?
It was put on the agenda that, just as informational, to get an update on how the backpack in the lockers was going at the middle school. And then that second agenda item was placed as the possible extension to move it over to the high school. So that was placed by one of the co-chairs, and obviously just for the board's pleasure to hear how it was going by Mr. Pinney. But unfortunately, as Mr. Corey said, he can't be here this evening. That was the only thing.
So once he can present, I think to Ed's point, it's appropriate to push them both off, because once the board is able to hear how it's going at the middle school, you can have further discussion about implementing it at the high school. If it's been successful at the middle school, I haven't gotten any feedback yet, so I think it'd just be beneficial to everybody to get that information at this time. That's the history behind that.
Okay. Anyone else have thoughts on this matter?
I would agree to push it off, just in that he was the one who started the policy here, or started to implement it. We would really need his feedback, so.
Excellent.
I'm in favor of pushing it off.
Okay. Yep, so then, well, we don't even need to table it because they're not looking for a vote. We can simply take no action and place it on the agenda at the board's next meeting. So we'll do that, and that's a great segue for items for the upcoming agenda. Mr. Kisco.
Last meeting, we heard students from the high school talk about the inability to post things as kids are wont to do. And we were told that it had to do with the wall coverings and things like that. I was hoping it would show up on the agenda, or at least as some part of the facilities meeting. It didn't. So I'd like someplace to be able to talk about how fragile our wall coverings are, that they don't allow for kids to make the school look like a school. I mean, that wall there is a perfect example of sort of builder white sterility, and schools shouldn't look like that.
It reminds me of all the apartments my landlord owns. I know you were working on it, and this could be an appropriate time if you wanted to share.
Sure. So I have samples that I received this week, and we're going to start installing them in the hallways of strips of metal that are going across. We had a manufacturer manufacture them so they kind of blend in with the trim that's around the windows. And these pieces of metal will allow to hang things magnetically from that. So I did want to try them to see how it does work with the sheetrock, and it seems like it's going to work just fine. And I've been going through the classrooms and the hallways the last couple of days to get a count of actually how many we're going to need and where we're going to install them. So, you know, you're going to start seeing them in, when I say the hallways, the stairwells where it comes down. A lot of times the kids will put their posters or their advertisements on the windows, on the frames of the windows using magnets. Now, these will be along the sides of the wall that they'll be able to do it. So between that in the hallways and in the classrooms, and again, these, I don't know if you can see the whiteboards behind me, those were installed. They're also magnetic, and the students have been able to, you know, draw on them, whatever event they have coming up, because they are whiteboards. So to answer your question, as far as the strength of the walls go, it's just a matter of, you know, how to hang the appropriate strip that we're going to be putting up. And we seem to have a system for them now, and it's just a matter of getting a count and installing them. The manufacturer, you know, didn't give me a time frame on them because I didn't give them a full count yet, and I will be giving to that by the end of the week.
Okay, and we will supply magnets.
Yes, and we have already for all the other whiteboards and all the other metal strips in here. We have supplied magnets beginning of the year. I'm sure we're going to have to look at the end and get more once we start installing these. But the teachers were aware, you know, that if they want to hang something, go down to the office, and we're handing magnets out then.
Right, because the whiteboards at the beginning of the hallway here, not the part we come in, but at the beginning, get rubbed against, and anything that's written there with dry erase marker gets wiped out. So that's not a good solution.
It's like that
for
at
what the
all of them,
kids
to be
want.
honest with you. I mean, unless you use permanent marker, it's going to get wiped off when the kid, you know, when somebody rubs up against it. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, John, for bringing that up, and Dean for sharing that with us. You know, I said at the last meeting, but I think it bears saying, just in the same way that houses are meant to be lived in, schools are for kids, and you know, anything that we can do to give them even a little bit of that control over the environment, I think is productive for them, and it really will make it look a little less sterile in here. So I appreciate it. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, are these boards that are outside the window here, are they magnetic? So just throwing this out there, they're empty. So with everybody in the school having things to hang up, do we have any idea why they're not actually using them? We've provided them, and just kind of a thought here, are we giving them what they need to do that? I agree with John that it's a school, it should have some welcoming amount to it, but if we have provided some and they're not using it, have we sought the feedback as to why they're not using it?
Well, if you go into other, if you go into other parts of the school, they're being used tremendously. I think it's just a matter, this one here, and to be honest with you, in between the high school, middle school right here, is kind of an area that's not who owns it type of thing. That might be what it is right here, but you'll notice in the hallways, they've been using them, the majority of them pretty good. You know, we went through with the principals to try to figure where's the best location for them. So we said here, trying to get, again, when you walk up a stair, it seems like that was a good place to put them, around the drinking fountains, you know, outside the bathrooms, and again, in the hallways, where you'll see those, but now we're going to be able to add additional ones to that.
And it's a learning curve, right? We've never done this before, so you got to figure it out as we go. So thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. So if we still want to hear a little bit more about this, we are on items for upcoming agenda. So we could always throw something in there, or for the committee's agenda for facilities, really wherever it wants to live. I'm happy to do that. What else? Anyone have anything else they want to discuss for future meetings? I'm sure there'll be plenty coming down the pike either way. And next meeting, of course, next regular meeting, of course, will be the board's organizational meeting. The new members of the board will be sworn in, and we will determine the board's leadership. So you'll get to call that one to order. Okay. We have next comments for the good of the order. I'm actually going to take it first this time just because I did promise that I would read this into the record earlier and I forgot. So where are we? Start right here. No, does it start up there? Oh, it's for the clerk. Okay. I respectfully submit a side-by-side comparison and analysis of the current Board of Education dress code policies for students and teachers in comparison to a model dress code. Additionally, I offer the following public comment. In preparing this document for public comment, I identified 17 items teachers cannot wear, 15 items students cannot wear, 33 examples of vague, ambiguous, or subjective language in the teacher's dress code, 11 examples of vague, ambiguous, or subjective language in the student's dress code, 7 examples of seven examples of gender-specific or oriented language in the teacher's dress code, and 6 such examples in the student's dress code. As you know, this dress code discussion and implementation has generated a lot of negative attention for our district. Here are 2 examples of why so many people are talking about the dress code. 1, the teacher's dress code prohibits inappropriately sheer, this is a quote, inappropriately sheer, tight, or low-cut clothing, e.g. midriffs, halter tops, backless clothing, tube tops, garments made of fishnet mesh or similar material, muscle tops, skinny jeans, beachwear, etc., that bear or expose traditionally private parts of the body, including but not limited to the stomach, buttocks, back, and breasts, end quote. I submit to you the term, quote, traditionally private, end quote, is incredibly nebulous. In the United States of America, a woman's wrists or ankles were at one time considered, quote, private, not for public display. Today, some religious traditions considered a woman's natural hair to be private, a private part of her body. Do we really need to tell a group of highly qualified educators not to expose their bare buttocks or breasts at work? Can we not trust the employees of Torrington Public Schools to choose for themselves what parts of their body they identify as private? If not, why is this included in a formal policy? 2, teachers are prohibited from wearing clothing that uses, quote, legally libelous language, end quote. The board enacted this policy, and that suggests concern about civil litigation. Has a defamation suit been filed? Are teachers using clothing to be malicious? At the same time, the policy highlights a desire to avoid lawsuits. Currently, our district is actively encouraging and promoting the sale of merchandise via a district-sponsored website. Several items for sale include the phrase, quote, Torrington Raiders Nation, end quote. This is potentially actionable under copyright law, as the phrase, quote, Raiders Nation, end quote, is a registered trademark of the NFL team, the Las Vegas Raiders. The board appears to be selectively enforcing its litigation concerns. Additionally, I respectfully submit for reconsideration and removal the following. I'm almost done, I promise. 1, any implication that the way a person dresses can, quote, provoke others to react violently, end quote. Students and teachers alike are responsible for maintaining self-control and handling conflict in a civil manner. Implying that clothing can provoke violence is not reasonable and does not model normative behavior. It verges on victim blaming and carries a very strong current of, well, what did you think would happen when you wore that? The numerous items of clothing that are traditionally worn by female students that are explicitly prohibited. This creates inequity in the enforcement of the dress code for female students and places an undue burden on them to follow more rules and therefore be more likely to violate the dress code. 3, the explicit and implicit concept throughout both dress codes that a student or teacher can dress in a manner that is, quote, distracting, end quote, to others. Every person is responsible for managing their own distractions. No one's clothing can distract someone else. Also, please consider that as written, these policies are unenforceable without great effort and burden to school staff. If enforced, a teacher can be sent home. Has the board considered the financial implications of this? The policies also create barriers to attendance for both students and staff. The policies assume staff and students have means to purchase clothing in order to be in compliance. This is unfair and out of touch with the reality many of our students face. In sum, I strongly encourage you to reconsider revising both policies to be in line with the model dress code I provided. It is just wise and prudent for us all to remember that no matter how far we're going down the wrong road, we can always turn back. Thank you for your time, attention, and consideration. This was submitted by Callie Blakesley, who did not provide her address for the record, but I'm sure we can find it if it really has to be in there. She did also include an attachment, which I will send to the board. That was a mouthful. This is comments for the good of the order, but I'm just going to leave that, I think, because I have lots of thoughts about it, but really, I would rather go home. So comments for the good of the order, Mr. Knight.
I just want to wish Sue and Ellen well and their faculty and board and thank them for this.
Mr. Kiska.
Echo that and wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Ms. Conway.
Comment about the public participation that was just read, but I will save that for the policy committee.
Great. Is anyone to your left, Jeff, or is it just you?
Just me.
Okay.
Thank you both to Sue and Ellen for their years of dedication to the Torrington students, the staff, and the families. We appreciate it. Ellen, thanks for all you've done for me over the years. We're going to miss you guys. And best of luck in your future endeavors, whatever they may be. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody who's stuck with us tonight through the meeting, and welcoming our new board members who start next month. Thanks again.
Ellen?
Thank you, everyone, for your kind words, and the gifts and the flowers and the food and everything. Sue, good luck in your retirement. Happy Thanksgiving to all, and I wish you luck and welcome to the new board members.
Thank you. Glenn?
I'll echo Mr. Knight and Mr. Kisco, Sue, and Ellen. Thank you very much for your service, and everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Please, everybody, have a safe and enjoyable holiday.
Thank you. Rachel?
Great meeting, and thank you to Sue and Ellen as well.
Kristen?
Great meeting and happy Thanksgiving.
Dean?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Donna?
Thank you, Ellen and Sue. I really appreciate everything you've done for the community and for us. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Dr. Baker?
Thank you again to Sue and Ellen, and happy Thanksgiving to the entire team.
Kim?
I'll echo what everybody else said. I know I've already said it, but thank you to Sue and Ellen, and hope everybody has a great recess.
Sue?
Thank you to Sue and Ellen. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Mr. Wilson?
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you to Sue and Ellen. And just because you're retired, you could always come back and volunteer to read to our little ones whenever you'd like. Just email me and I will make sure it gets to the appropriate people, because reading is always wonderful. And I know that that's a highlight for every board member, and I don't want you to miss out on that.
Oh, that's right. Sue, I almost skipped you because you're already semi-retired up there.
I am. No, thank you. This was a great meeting, a really quick one too. So I appreciate that since I'm on vacation. I'd like to thank each of you as well for the wonderful going away farewell that you threw for Ellen and I. That was supposed to be for Ellen, but I appreciate the gifts and the kind words. And I will miss working with you all. You're a great team, and I look forward to just watching you continue to succeed in the future. So thank you all.
Thank you. We were never going to celebrate just Ellen, Sue. I lied to
Yeah,
you.
whatever. I know.
Um,
You guys don't listen.
Thank you both, Sue and Ellen, for all you have done for our community and for our students. This is, as I often tell people, the worst job in government, but sometimes we get to do something really worth doing, and I'm thankful that both of you were here to be a part of it. And with that, I always have to read future meetings after this. We should move these so that comments for the good of the order go right into adjournment. The board will meet on Wednesday, December 3rd at the Torrington Intermediate School Library for school improvement and community relations, and the policy committee starting at 5:30 with school improvement. Then the committees will meet again Wednesday, December 10th. Those will be facilities, and then budget, again, starting at 5:30 in the Torrington Middle School cafeteria. That's right here. And then Wednesday, the 17th of December for the 5:30 p.m. regular Board of Education meeting. Although we should check when terms actually expire to make sure that we can get folks at these committees, if Sue and Ellen, if their terms will already be expired, just so we can. It is until the next full board meeting. Okay, excellent. In that case, I will hear a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Anyone?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed?